as you can tell, I've got a new light. It's not the only new thing I've got. I've got new weights. I've got new gloves for the weights. I've got resistance bands that I've had for a while that I cracked out today. I've got a new Fire TV that's pretty useless at the moment because I don't really watch much TV. I've got a new coffee machine that makes coffee better than anywhere in town. Even though it's nice to get out of the flat sometimes, if I want to people watch, I'll people watch from the flat. Even though that doesn't really interest me the way it used to at one time. Now, I'm not into reading books. I'll pick up a book, I'll pretty much know what it's going to say. I'll go to the internet, I'll pretty much know what's going to be there, sort of thing. Same with the TV. And it's just not inspiring me the way it used to at one time. And that depends on your viewpoint. That could be a bad thing, but I think it's a good thing because not least because no one's really got, like, for example, I get drugged up almost constantly. I think we all know that, or most of us know that who are watching this video. Pointless me saying, "Oh, there's sort of that sort of thing." I'm being drugged up. It happens down the coffee shop as well. The one day I nearly felt like just getting some chairs together and falling asleep in the coffee shop. I was that doped up, but they happen, and it's just a case of accepting that because I don't think, at least for the foreseeable future, that they're going to stop. And if they do, there'll be some bullshit drama around it, and that's just the way things are, and no one really has got control over that. That's the way it is. But anyway, this is the situation, and that's that. But yeah, it's like I've got this approach that I've developed of getting into the routines I'm into now. Chilling out in my flat almost all the time, apart from maybe sometimes with the drug-ins, but not so much with the drug-ins. Like I've said before, they're not they're not affecting me as much as what they did at one time. And I'm more and more as I get distance from the time I spent in hospital, settling down and getting into the swing of things again. I looked at some of the old videos, some of the videos I did last week even, and I looked at those, and I could sort of see there's some good information in there for me. But there's some, like, for example, I suck up too much to the powers that be and the town. Now it's more of a realistic appraisal and evaluation of those things. I see some behaviour, and it's sort of seems to, it looks at the very least to be reminiscent of the Dustin Hoffman's character in the film Little Big Man, and what he faced when there was this guy who really wanted to, like, impress him and get one up over him, sort of thing. I do see that sort of thing going on, but is that what's really going on with these people? I can only guess. I'm not a mind reader. I can't see everything. But anyway, that's what it can sometimes appear to be like. But I've got experience of dealing with people who get into that state. Let's just put it that way. And you just do. But anyway, yeah, the drug-ins for the foreseeable future, unless there's some bullshit drama off the back of it. Nothing anyone can do about it. That's just the way it is. Anyway, the important thing, aside from all that, is my new routine, is getting into new things, is getting distance between the time I was in hospital and now. And that's getting better and better. I when I stay in my flat, sometimes I have the occasional time when I'm a bit unsteady. Uh, but even with the drug-ins, that's not. It's not so big a deal. I mean, it's a drag, a bit of a drag at least, um, because when I'm meditating, sometimes I'll get these drug-ins, which we all know are drug-ins, and I'll have to abandon a session until the drug-ins abate enough for me to be able to do at least a partially effective meditation. I'm doing my own unguided meditations rather than the guided ones because I don't find them really effective, the vast majority of them. But some people do find it difficult to get into those, but it's actually not, and they're actually miles better if you've got good info on how to do them. But yeah, it's just these routines are really working for me. I'm seeing less and less of people, which is a good thing for me at the moment, at least. If it stays that way, then that's then it may even be even better for me than having too much or any involvement with people. But I don't know. Yeah, that's something I'm still thinking about. But the drug-ins, yeah, they're almost certainly for the foreseeable future, or some bullshit drama off the back of it. Some who knows how long they'll be part of day-to-day living for me, because they're pretty constant at the moment. But anyway, I'd love to resolve this stuff with the powers that be, but it ain't really going to happen, is it? Let's face it. So it's just like I've said, this developing process of thinking and living conventionally. It's actually working for me. It's working for me really effectively. As for anything else, it really ain't any of my business anymore. Me thinking that it was the other people's difficulties or issues or whatever were my business are really rapidly coming to an end, if they haven't come to an end completely already. I'm still sort of grappling with that, but in ways that there is no way I could have done. Even last week. So, the amount of development that I've achieved in such a small space of time, yet again, it's encouraging. But anyway, who knows how my relationship with the powers that be will go, and all that. But like I said, I'm focused on what I'm doing. What other people do is their business, and it really isn't, or at least shouldn't be, my business. That's just the way it is. Yeah, apart from that, new routine, developing a clearer mindset than I had in the aftermath of being in hospital, and in the lead up to being in hospital. And as these videos go on, I seem to be progressing more and more off the back of them. I sort of like that.